Yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on? We'll get started in like 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna hang out and play a little bit of piano. Sashi, I have not had a chance to listen to that because I have forgotten, and I've been so distracted dealing with all the stuff to get the bash course out today. That was incredibly stressful. If you want, can you just like, if you can tag me in that message or just post it again, like, or you know, in your new chat, you just put the link here. I can check it out literally right now. Unless there's like a lot of it and I can't do it in the next like couple of minutes. Dark space, listen, you're right. Yo, what's up, Ash? How you doing? You like the shirt? Yeah. Got a nice little Advent of Code shirt on. You should get one too. Everyone should go get one and support Eric's project Advent of Code because it's been a ton of fun. It's provided us with a ton of great content. That way I can say, I like your shirt. Yeah, there are some festive lights. I got the Christmas tree right over there. Bob Null, do you have a sustain pedal under your desk? I do. You bought the mug? That's awesome. I brought the mug. And then he did day 12 part 1. Listen, I know I was upset about that too. My reaction was so like, Looking back on it, I like it, but that's the lively one. Did you send it here in chat and YouTube chat? Because I don't see it. Or did you put it on the Discord somewhere? You're gonna sample me, and then I'm not gonna read the rest of what you said, but if you want to sample this, go for it, I don't care. Yeah, YouTube might have just cut it out. That's super lame. If you have my Discord open, just go put it in, like, off topic and literally just at me in it, if you could. Also, I know there's not a ton of people here yet, we're just getting started, but who checked out the Bash course? Because that went live today, and a lot of work went into getting that thing done. Let me bring my camera back up, this is awkward. There you go, check it out, Christmas tree. Hey, look at that. Yeah, the Bash course is up, it's alive, it's real, and it looks like this, course.ysap.sh. It is a full-length video on YouTube. There are options to pay for it if you want to, but you don't have to. It's completely free. The source code is up here, all the reference materials here, and all of the chapters of the video. Now you might be thinking, Dave, that's a lot of chapters. Is that over 7 hours of chapters? Well, yeah, it's over 7 hours of content, so yeah. So yeah, go check it out. Oh. Ooh, I clicked it, so you guys probably heard that. Here, wait, I can just show you guys this. There you go. This is the video here. Look at this play bar. Look at this. Look how many chapters there are. Look how long this video is. So a lot of care and effort went into this. Giving it away totally free. Go check it out and subscribe on YouTube. That's literally all I ask you. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Free content, exactly, Ash. You just got home from work a little bit ago, but you're super stoked. Check it out. Yo, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. Where are you? Okay, you put in the music chat. Okay, give me 1 second, Sashi. I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see. You tagged me. How do I just go to that message? Nope, that brings up your username. Nope, that brings it up in a... God, I hate Discord so much. Is there a copy link button? If I click the link, it's going to open in the wrong browser. Oh my god, it opened in the right browser. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I know you guys can't see it. Let's see. Sims 1 building music I mentioned on your stream. Anyone you want me to check out in particular? Also, am I gonna get copyright dinged for these if I just play them on my stream? You make a long video? Yeah, on my YouTube. I made a video today. It's over 7 hours of content. I don't know if I'm gonna get dinged for copyright on this, but this is awesome. I like this. I can get down with this. That's awesome. Let's see what building mode 2 is. There you go. That's it. Ooh, very jazzy. Yeah, we'll see. If anything goes wrong, I think YouTube and Twitch starts warning me, so I shouldn't be too bad. Z Ultra Lord, it is bash scripting. It is my complete bash scripting guide. Oh yeah, dude, I can get down with this. Something like that, right? Oh, I went down to C. I went down to E flat, okay. I like my version better. That's really cool, dude. I can get down with this kind of music. This is awesome. They hired actual composers and orchestras. That's great. That's so cool. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I have to just stop. I like that. They do a lot of major sevenths in this. That, oh wow. That was incredibly Breath of the Wild. I love that. Now, I shouldn't say that was incredibly Breath of the Wild. This came out significantly before Breath of the Wild, but still. Ooh, I like that. Oh, this is great. Oh my god. Yes, 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 yes. Listen, man, thank you for tagging me this. I'm gonna play this tomorrow while I'm actually at work. I always need like new music just kind of thrown on in the background. Something like that. That's awesome. I like that. Yo, thank you for the course. Thank you, Tech Geek. I appreciate that. I am so happy that people are enjoying the course. It was so well received. At one point, we had 250 people watching the premiere. I felt so bad. I was like, you're supposed to premiere movie trailers and music videos, not 7.5 hour long lecture videos. So thank you, everyone who actually like listened. Like, that's really cool. That's awesome. Yo, what's up, Wishmaster? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yes, thank you, Ted. I do like that. I'll be checking that out because that's awesome. I can get down with that kind of music. Whew. Is it really almost at 8,000 views, Ash? That's crazy. That's a ton of views. Like, that's a ton of views. I don't get 8,000 views in a day for a new video. Kind of views. That's great. I should probably put it back up. There you go. Look at that face. Look at that guy. I make this pose all the time. I think it's mirrored. Yeah, I don't do it with my left hand. That feels weird. It's this way. Who's that handsome girl? Yo, so true. So true. But yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what I asked. It's free. You can join the Patreon. $5 a month. You'll get a copy of this video for free. Not for free. Included. Why would I say for free? I just said $5 a month. You get a DRM-free MP4 download. Make a one-time purchase. You get a DRM-free one-time purchase download. And then you can donate to the Ko-fi. You don't get a DRM-free copy. But if you email me and say you donate, I'll just send you the link anyways. Like, I don't really care. I assume the link will just get out there anyways. Like, I'm not... If you want to go download videos, just go to YouTube and use a YouTube downloader. Like, I'm not trying to protect this content. This is for people who want to pay. That's what this is for. All the code that's written during it is up here. So you can go check it out there. Everything I write, I've just checked in at the end of the video, and there it is. Links to my Discord server and all the references here that I make throughout the video and all the timestamps. This was a nightmare to extract all these, but they're here now. And I should go over the rights. If you guys want to, if you are a teacher professor and you would like to play parts or all of this course to your students, you have my permission. Absolutely, I think that's cool. If you are a content creator and you would like to react or follow along while streaming, including upload the VOD to YouTube, you have my permission. I just ask that you don't re-upload my entire video wholesale without any sort of transformation. Like, if you want to react, that's fine. You gotta just react. You gotta actually like throw your 2 cents in, transform the content, you know, follow along, do something to make it worthy. But yeah, like, I don't care. Like, that's awesome. Expect to fully be able to watch this video and know how to do next year's advent calendar. Listen, I can't even do this year's advent calendar, so that's a tall ask. Awesome course. There's no such material about Bash on YouTube. Well, there is now. There is now. Appreciate it though. That's really nice to hear. I just heard from a friend that I trust. You actually are really great at Bash and really know your stuff, so I'll go check it out, man. Thanks. Yo, appreciate it. That's super awesome. I can't believe one of your friends just knows who I am, man. That's awesome. I feel famous now. Let's see. There's a premiere that have been going on all day. That's the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's awesome to hear. So I guess you can premiere things over that, over 7 hours. Do you prefer Kovi over BMAC? I've been using BMAC for a while, and I'm not a big fan. I don't even know what BMAC is. Is that... Oh, it's Buy Me a Coffee, isn't it? I never used it. I've only used Ko-fi, so it's fine for accepting one-off donations. That's literally all I use it for. So it's just been fine. Like, that's all I can say about it. I've never used anything else, really. I don't need much out of it, so it does what it says. I did enjoy the... Oh, I won't read. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but no, I'm glad. I'm glad. I thought I needed a good way to end the video, so... I figured that was a fun way to end it, and I think I was right. What's up, Quote Pilgrim? How you doing? Better than college ever taught me, to be honest. I believe that, to be honest, wow. I believe that college lays the foundation, and I think it kind of sets you up to be able to learn. I think with your education, you probably were able to get more out of my course than if you didn't have it. I'm a firm believer in that. Even if college doesn't feel like it's immensely useful at the time, I think it teaches you how to, like, learn on your own and be self-sufficient. At least that's my experience with it. I could be projecting there. How do I ls a directory? ls. Is the ending saying to use Python instead? I'm not going to spoil it for you, Darkspace. Go ahead and watch all 7 hours and 20-some minutes. I had a strategy in mind for Data in Part 2, but I didn't have the time to implement yet. Almost definitely would not have worked. That's kind of where we are with this. So we're going to see if my strategy even works. Bob Null, sorry. What are you sorry for? You're fine. Oh my god, I was like half joking about that spoiler comment. Don't worry, that was a joke. Thanks for the course, Eddie. You got it. And in case anyone's curious, my name is Dave, but my last name is Eddie. And do you know what it's like growing up with a last name that sounds like a first name? People get it mixed up all the time. I don't mind if you want to call me Eddie. It's not going to bother me. But just letting people know that my name's actually Dave, because some people find that out and they're blown away. Go watch it on 10X, yeah. Become a 10X developer. All right, let's see. Never trust a man with two first names. Yeah, you know how many times I've heard that in my life? Oh, God. That gets old quick. Everyone says it to me like it's the first time I heard it. It's funny, I have some friends with two first names too, and it's nice. We can all commiserate in that. Oh yeah, day 8. Which one was day 8? I don't even remember which one day 8 was. Day 8 was... Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That one's annoying. That's all I'll say. But he has a middle name too, so technically 3 first names. I do have a middle name. I don't tell people what it is, but Ash actually might know what my middle name is, which is really funny, because yeah, you're not wrong. That's really funny. Oh, you do. Wow, okay, how fun. Yep, Half-Life 3 was announced at the end of my course. That is very true. Yeah. Is it Donald? No. It's not Dave Donald Eddie. No. All right. Let's jump in here. Let's fire it in here on some Advent of Code so we can knock this out. So we are doing day 10, part 2. Again, this is like my 5th stream trying to figure it out. We ended with some solution I was going down, and it was not totally working. I was getting answers that were just completely wrong. If you weren't here when I was doing that solution, I don't know if I could even begin to explain what we were doing, because it was an absolute mess. Absolute mess. So we're going to try and jump in here and see what is actually going on, because I think we do example input and we pipe that into translate input, which gives us this, and then we pipe that into part 2, and it goes through and it tries to solve them, and the answers we should get are 10, 12, and 11. And I think we left this where nothing was working, as you can see. So we can do some of this stuff. We can do head -1, we'll just run one example at a time, and then we have a new thing, which is debug equals this, and now we can actually get some debug output. So look at that, we don't have to comment out echoes. We are truly living in the future. You got day 10 part 2 last night? You were thrilled? Dude, Bob, nice job. This is not an easy one. This is truly not an easy one. Like, if you're watching me, like, this is legit, guys. I don't work on this off stream. So, like, when I come back here, I have to reacquaint myself. I have no idea what I'm doing. I try, like... Oh, it's gonna sound like I'm on such a high horse. I promise I'm not. But, like, I get a lot of comments from people who are like, Dave, you are, like, a god at programming. Oh, my God. Like, I can't imagine being that good. I'm like, dude, you are watching edited YouTube content. Of course I'm good. Everyone would look good if you edit the content. That's why in the course I kind of left some mistakes in there and showed some real debugging because I thought it was useful. But I like to do these live streams where you can see, like, no, dude, I make really stupid mistakes. Like, you got to work through some of these. So, yeah. In 2023, I got 2 stars every day up to 11, and then got hard stuck on 12-1 and rage quit the challenge. And in 2024, I never managed to finish day 9 because life got in the way, and I never went back. Dude, I remember day 9, 2024. I remember that one. Brutal. Yeah, when I go through and do Advent of Code from the beginning, I'm going to have a rule where if I spend like 2 days on a problem, I'm going to just skip that problem and come back to it. That's, I think, my way of kind of going through this. Let's see. They say there's cross-platform PowerShell now. I've never used it. I have no idea. I have no real thoughts on PowerShell. It runs in 64 milliseconds, pure standard with Python, but it took 4 solid days of work. Not sure if it was worth it. That sounds worth it. That sounds awesome. I think that's so cool. And that gives me hope that this is even possible, because I don't want a pure math solution. I do not like pure math solutions. I would rather just solve it the way it was meant to be solved. Like, I'm okay with this being a hard problem as long as I don't have to do that stupid, like, linear algebra matrix stuff. Like, not that I don't like it, I just don't know it. So I don't want to just, like, look up a solution and implement it and be like, haha, I got it. Like, that doesn't count in my mind. That's my own like personal thing when it comes to this. Like I have like standards I want to meet with here. All right, let's see what we got here. I have to remember what we're doing here. We call solve joltages. We cache the best, but we don't actually cache anywhere. I think that's what we started to do. Okay. We have an invalid cache. Let's see, I only solved day one, part one, but purely in the TS type system, no JavaScript. That's insane. You're not going to like one of the later days in 2019? Yeah, I'm worried about that. I'm absolutely worried about that. All right, solve the joltage. Call solve joltage with joltage and buttons and 0 and empty string. Total plus equal answer. Total answer presses. Okay, so we just add them all up. That makes sense. Now let's go up here. We read those in, we have a depth, and we have a press, so we're keeping track of this stuff. I don't think we need to keep track of press, but we do for debugging purposes. We don't need to keep track of depth either. We don't need any of this stuff, really. For jolt and joltages, total joltages plus equal jolt. If jolt is less than 0, if any of them are less than 0, then we mark it as invalid, and we return no answer. No answer. If we've been here before, we should check. Oh, man. Only mods can post a link in the YouTube chat? Is that real? That's lame, if that's the case. Because I don't have a problem with you guys posting links. I don't know if that's something I can turn off. If that's something I could turn off, I would just do it right now. Message in your community, old comments with hashtags and URLs for review. Comments and viewer posts. URLs and hashtags are already blocked in live chat messages. Okay, why? YouTube just hides them. Oh, that's so weird. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. I can't spend too much time looking into this right now. But that's super lame. What is what-ish? We shouldn't just store if it's invalid. I mean, it's good that we store that it's invalid. We should store, like... We should just call it cache. And then we should use sentinel values. Heard only mods can do something. Wasn't sure if it was something you can do something. It's in the YouTube thing, the YouTube chat. They're saying they can't post links unless they're like a mod or something. And I'm like, I don't care if people in the YouTube chat post links. That doesn't bother me. Okay. If -n, the cache, if we've... Yeah, we should get the value out of it. Local C equals... what should we do here? Should get the value out of the cache. If there's a -n on C, This is the ugliest code I've ever written. If the cache is set, then if the cache is equal to -1, then we return 1. It's impossible. Okay, now we return the answer. But don't you write Rust? Yeah, you're just a Rust hater. I remember that. You were a Rust hater last year. You still are this year. Okay. Take these out of my ear. It's distracting. What time is it? It is midnight. Clock strikes 12. Midnight arrives. All right. When we get here, this is invalid. Cache that. It sucks. -1 because it's invalid. Don't return any data. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. If the total is less than 0, we should never get here. This shouldn't even be possible. Let's just exit 57, debug, echo, unreachable. Bedtime? Yeah, I don't think so. My sleep schedule is broken, bro. This is unreachable. We should never get there. If the total joltage is 0, then we've solved it. We should cache it. Has 0. So we can just return that. We return 0. We set the reply to 0. Awesome. Cool. You'll need to at least survive Zig and Carbon before dethroning C++. Never written C++ in my life. Okay, we convert the joltages to lights. Then we get rid of the hash marks. If they're the same, then we know that they're already off. They're all even numbers. And we check to see if there are zeros. Because if there are zeros, then we can't cut it in half. Let me think. I want to make this code run faster. It's not going to give us the right answer, but I want it to run faster. So I might just like return 1 here. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say it's invalid if we can't cut it in half. For now. I think this will break future things, but like, got to worry about that when we get to it. If it has zeros, then we cut everything in half. Then we get the answer. If yeah, we'll cache it after our recursive call. Okay. Now we go down here. Joltages has 1 or more lights on. We need to find all the routes to get the lights off. Okay, that makes sense. If there's paths here, then we found the shortest path. We found multiple shortest paths to check. Simulate pressing those buttons. The depth doesn't matter. Okay, and if this works, we set the cache equal to answer, otherwise we set it equal to -1. I don't think this code runs. Yeah, okay. Okay. The first one says 12, but the answer should be 10. So that is wrong. If it's cached, then we either return if it was possible or impossible. Okay. Yo, what's up, Simpa? How you doing? If it's successful, then the best is equal to answer times 2. We cache answer times 2, and we set that equal to this, and then we return success. Otherwise, we cache this, and we keep trying. We go down here, we cache it again, but this doesn't really matter. Oh, wow. Okay. The cache really doesn't need a store. It took 112 ways to get there? That seems wrong. All right, let's see what we got here. Where do we set reply? Okay, these numbers seem gigantic. Guess I should store these here. Yeah, his replies are huge. These numbers are way too big to be caching. So what am I storing here? Answer equals this. If it was successful, then we plus equal 1 on it, and then we cache best here. Yeah, see, that's wrong. These are huge numbers. And we're still getting 12, which is wrong. We are getting some huge numbers. We shouldn't... Well, we don't need to cache ones with negative values in it because they're negative. If there are some good paths, then we simulate pressing the buttons, we get the answer. And we cache it. We'll have to go through this slowly, won't we? Yo, what up, Jan Martin? How you doing? Do we still like Eric? Yeah. Why wouldn't we like Eric? Eric seems like a perfectly fine guy. Why wouldn't we like Eric? What am I doing wrong here? There's no way that took 122 presses to get here. Unless we're pressing the same button twice, is that the problem? Shouldn't be. Oh, just understand people get frustrated. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I got you. I got you. No, I'm happy with this. I think this is a tough but so far fair puzzle, and I appreciate the day 12 troll, I guess you would call it. I appreciate that. I think it's cute. Do I find the biggest number in this and this is right? Like, what do you mean it took 122 to get down there? That doesn't make any sense. Took 5 button presses. And we got down to 0 there. So we solved it. Let me think about this. We try this button press combination, 1, 2. That works. That gives us 2, 4, 4, 6. So that is 2 presses. Then the combination that gets us down from there to 0 is 1, 5, 2, 3, 12. And we press that twice because we had to divide it by 2. And that gives us... Yeah, it gives us 12. I don't bother with colon X. Colon WQ is just totally just ingrained in my hands. I don't even think about it. Especially because on my keyboard, W and Q are 2 different fingers. So, like, it's super easy to press those two. Only one solution seemed to work. Heck yes. All right, so is 3547 in that output? Guess that never actually gets cached. Oh boy. Okay. I have to rewrite this code just to get a better idea of what's going on. Okay. Wait, do we have to do this check? Yeah, we don't have to do this check. What am I doing? We don't have to check this has zeros thing. We don't have to check for this. If it has zeros, we still just divide it in half. If we can get to that one state, then we can get to the second state. We don't need this. We just do this. I don't know how 1 takes 210 button presses. It's clearly not right. But we got 10. And 10 is the right answer. How would this ever take 94 button press? How could you even press a button 94 times? I feel like, okay, we're getting the right answer, but I feel like we need to optimize this because how could it take 94 button presses? What did I uncomment that broke things? Or do I have an exit in there? I do. Is there somewhere you can look for context? Yeah, this is Advent of Code is the name of the puzzle challenge, so it's adventofcode.com. So these are puzzle challenges, yearly puzzle challenges, and I'm doing day 10 of year 2025. But we've been doing this for the last couple of days. So I can't even give you too much real context here. It is very confusing. Like, I'm also very lost here, unfortunately. Okay, 10 is right. We should get 10, 12, and 11. That final var dump is not helpful. 10, 12, and 12. So again, not the right answer, but pretty interesting. This is iTerm 2 for the Mac. Yes, this is not right. It should be 33, not that. We're still pretty close. Should we just make up our own example? Took 5 presses. And that makes sense. It should take 5 presses. The shortest path to get to that is to press 1 button or to press 2 buttons. Are those the possible paths? Hey, it's a pleasure. I'm new here. What do you do in the terminal? Are you a dev? What? Yeah, I'm a software developer. But I'm just doing a programming puzzle challenge here. What do I do in the terminal? I pretty much live in the terminal. Oh my god. Couldn't imagine using a computer without a terminal. I'd be so lost. Jolts is even. It's cut in half. 2, 2. Jolts is even. Cut in half. Becomes 1, 1. Found some shorter paths. Need to press 3. Trying to solve Jolts is 0, 0 at depth 2. Solved. Depth 2. Cool. So let's press 2. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. 3. So it took 4 button presses. No. This is 4, and that took 5. Okay. So that's right. Now let's do this. Let's fire dump the cache. Take a look at it. Yeah, because some of these are just astronomically high. Like, what do you mean it took 58 button presses to get there? How is that even possible? Like, how is that? When are you caching 58? You a full-time creator or do you have a day job? I have a day job. I am absolutely not a full-time creator. It'd be kind of cool if I was, but I don't make nearly enough money to do that. We should store when we cache things. There we go. We're going to store when we cache things. What are we doing here? We're at 0, 0. This number should not be getting bigger. What are we doing here? We're at 0, 0. If it's cached, then we just return it. This should just be 0 across the board. When are we ever caching a 0, 0 reply as a big number? Need to press, then we press the button, then we get the answer here and we store it. Need to press button, then we print something equals that, and then we cache it right away. We're caching like really low numbers with big values. That's not right. Okay, yeah, these are cache hits. What do you mean 0, 0 is a cache hit of 1? That can never be right. And then we're setting this to 3. What is happening there? We're caching something at the wrong time. I see the problem. No, we should cache. If it was successful, then we should cache the original one. The joltages is the answer times 2. And the sub one is the answer on its own. I should make a set cache function. And we reply the answer times 2. Still really big numbers, but like, why does this take 24 button presses to get there? Why does this take 58 button presses? Like, something's getting wrong. Something's wrong here. So, yeah. Yeah, the cache hit for 0, 0 should never be 4. Here we go. There we go. Now we have a set cache function that will do debugging output for us. All right, we cut the voltages in half. The answer that we want to return is how many button presses it took to get all the way to the bottom times 2 because we cut it in half. So the voltages of the current thing is the answer times 2. The voltages of the lower one is the answer itself. Okay. Otherwise, we want to set cache of, oh yeah, J star to -1 and voltages to -1. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're bubbling up. We're caching 0. That's just wrong. It's this logic up here where we do the times 2. If we cut it in half and we're at 0, 0, then we're just done. Yeah, we should just never check for the cache here if... How's it getting 1 there? You didn't delete a set cache line? Oh, I didn't? Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Good call. Something's funky here. There's a lot of things that are funky. We're doing things in really bad orders, but it's okay. We might have just a simple fix. A simple fix is just to not cache the 0 answer. But we do want it to go fast. So why would the 0 answer ever be... I don't know, what we could do here is we could blow up. We could say... because these are the voltages. Set 0 shouldn't return right away anyways. It should, but we have this cache check here, so I don't know why. I have... I have thoughts. Basically, like, if we get down to one of these areas where we're doing work, like we're simulating a button press, we're like, okay, let's simulate a button press. Okay, let's get the answer of what to solve from there. What if it's 0? What if the button press got us a 0? Because we're not checking it here, we're checking it down here, we always do the answer plus equals 1 here, and then we cache it. So that's not right. No, it is right. It is right. No, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. If we've returned from this, we know the joltages we gave it, but we don't care about that. Well, we do. Hold on. What do we want to cache? No, we want to cache it and then increment it. Also, I don't think this code's in use, but let's just begin anyways. I think you want to cache it first because that's what it took from there. And you want to increment it because we had a button press above that the code is unaware of. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to cache it with the button presses. We want to cache it after that. Yeah, because, okay. This part's right. Okay. Took 5 presses, that's right. Look at that. All these cache values are very low. Very low. Yeah. We don't want to add the button presses from above into the cache below. That was a mistake to do that. Let's get rid of the debug. Okay. Let's cat the example input. It should be 10, 12, 11. 10, 12. Oh my god, do we have a working algorithm? Now that was slow though. That's what I'm scared about. That was very slow because we have to churn through 177 of them. Let's go ahead and add some debugging just for that. I don't know how long it's going to take. This could be very long. Like very long. We do have some good caching in place. We are recursing into failed solutions pretty early. So we could probably optimize for that. There's probably ways to make this faster. Because right now this is not a workable solution, is it? I'm gonna go get a drink. I will be right back, and we'll see how far this thing progresses, if at all. What's up, everyone? I'm back. This script's not gonna finish in any sort of meaningful time. Like, that's just not gonna work. I use a service called Botrix, Botrix. That's how I combine the chats. Botrix.live. Time is it? 1 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, this is not gonna finish in any sort of meaningful time. We need to start optimizing this code. So we have to really start digging into it. Start looking at it. First, we check if there's a cache value. If there's a cache value, let's not store the depth and let's not store what we pressed. I've thought about making a helper script. I already have that var dump thing I use to dump my variables. I was thinking about making like some debug log, stuff like that. I might end up doing something like that. Okay. So this one works. It should give me 12. Oh, it's doing all of them. Cool. So this gives the right answer, which is really, really positive. Like, very positive that it does that. It's just very slow. And a lot of the reason why we're slow is we're diving into the recursion before we really need to. We have to duplicate some code. Yeah, like when we call solve joltage, we always check if it was successful. If it is, we cache it, we increment it, otherwise we invalidate it. But like, before we even do that, we could like test joltage. Like check if it's valid, like if valid joltage. I got you, Ash. Hey, from Bangladesh. Yo, what's up? Welcome, welcome. How many nested for loops? Too many. Absolutely too many. That's kind of the problem here. Let's think. First thing we do is we figure out the light thing, and then we check to see if we're dealing with all even or all odds. If they're all even, all we do is we cut it in half. We try to solve it, and if it's successful, we cache that value, and then we reply with that answer. Otherwise, we say it was a failure. Okay, that's fine. We did everything right there. If it's even, actually, no, we've already checked if it's all zeros. Okay. Don't you check emails? What are you talking about? Are you talking about my WhatsApp emails? Oh my god, do you know how many emails I get? How many DMs I get? It's insane how many I get. It's just me, so it's just me running this channel. So no, I check my emails a couple times a week, not super often, and I can reply to maybe 10% of people. What is the name of this problem? This is Advent of Code, Day 10, Part 2 is what I'm solving. What am I doing? Okay, if it's even, we try to divide it in half, and then we return. We don't even do any of the rest of the code. All that code is not unnecessary. Let's check this in. Oh my god, it somewhat works. There we go. So at least we have that. Now, if we found some optimal paths, we're going to start with those. And we're going to simulate pressing the buttons. And then we're going to get the answer, and if it's valid, meaning we got a good answer, then we cache it. Nah, I'll just do this. DFS stands for depth first search. That was the algorithm I'm taking here. Its opposite of is BFS, breadth first search. Breadth, B-R-E-A-D-T-H. Is there an A in that? I actually don't know. But depth first search is what it stands for. Oh, what just happened over here? Someone just gift 1 million subs? What's going on here? Yo! Jan Martin. Yo, thank you for the gifted subs on Twitch. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. That's incredible. Oh my god, how nice. That's amazing. Oh my god, thank you so much. I didn't expect that because I'm not being super hype right now. I'm kind of locked in code, so it's a little bit boring. But yo, I appreciate it. That's a super nice thing to do. That's awesome. Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. What a cool move. That's awesome. We have to do this, right? Let's start cutting out some code paths here. I appreciate your content, so here's supporting it. Yo, that's super nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's amazing. That is very, very nice. I found your WhatsApp style guide so late in life. Yeah, I've had that out for like 15 years, but now that I have like somewhat of an online platform, I can actually get people to see it, which is nice. Finally, I agree with most of your style guide. I learned it the hard way. Wish I got your guide earlier. Yo, well, hey, you have it now, so thank God for that. Whoa. That's a lot faster. And that is the right answer. That's a lot faster, and that's the right answer. Do you think this is going to work? don't know if anything's breaking here. I didn't actually put a check to see if any of them completely failed. You know what I mean? Like, took 101 presses, took 202, took 48. Like, this is all good, but I don't have a check in there if any of them failed. We're only at 8. I'm going to go ahead and add it. Just because, like, oh boy. I missed what you changed because I hung out support chat for I hung out in Exola support chat for the gifted subs. I don't even know what that means. I cut out a code path. I had this code path where I was like brute forcing button presses if we couldn't find any shortest paths to 0. But I removed that code path because we shouldn't technically need it. There should always be a shortest path to 0. If some of our buttons are odd, we should always be able to get to even. I think. 7 says failed. Yeah. So, not perfect. I might be wrong with that optimization, but very interesting. Oh, these numbers keep changing. That means I didn't declare a variable local. I have IAs here, I++. Oh god, am I using an I without declaring it local somewhere? This is the worst code I've ever written in my entire life. Let's just throw an I there. Okay, we got one that failed. We can test that one, though. We can just test that one specifically. Oh, XLA is one of the payment processors. Oh, okay. Oh, man, it sucks you're in the support chat with them. That's a nightmare. We're at 29, and there's only 177 total. Or 197? These are huge. This one's huge numbers. This one is a beast. This one absolutely is a beast. But this is like extremely promising. This one failed. I'm wondering if that just means we need to solve 22 the hard way, you know what I mean? Oh man. All right, I'll let this run for like 2 more minutes. My eyes are getting sleepy. But this is like huge progress. Oh man. Pineapple on pizza? Absolutely not. The one that failed has all even numbers, which might be something. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I wonder if my algorithm is not ideal, because I can envision ways in which it fails, you know what I mean? It's the longest time you coded straight. I don't know, man. Not that long. I don't like to code that long. My brain just doesn't work. It's not worth it. It is a lot of numbers. It did get through it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. I can't explain my approach. I'm too far in it to be able to explain it. I do plan on making YouTube videos where I explain these solutions, but I gotta get the solution first. So far, .text. We'll just store that so we have it. Which one was the one that failed? 22. Okay. This one fails. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if this divide by 2 thing can't be done multiple times in a row. Like, I don't know. Control is even. Cut it in half. We get this. So what does that mean? You can't find button presses that bring us down to 0? Do none of the button presses bring us to a 0 configuration? I'd have to check to see. I don't know any other all even input without like writing a script to parse it. But this one fails really fast, so that's good. Because, like, yeah, we definitely made an assumption here. We made an assumption that we could divide by 2 and we would find a way to get out of this configuration. But if we can't get out of this configuration, then our divide by 2 strat doesn't work. So then I think you have to press random buttons. The statement alone lets me know what you're doing, and I think this is the neatest solution I've seen. Bad cop put me onto a via Reddit post. Don't. No spoilers. No spoilers or hints, please. The solution I'm going down is something I made up like a week ago, and I have no idea if it's going to work or not. So no spoilers, no solutions, no Reddit at all. I have no idea if the solution even makes sense, but we're going to see what we could possibly do here. Yeah, because like there's no guarantee that this works. We just divide it by 2. If this doesn't work, then the divide by 2 is not good. So what do we do in that case? We randomly hit all the buttons and then try to do the algorithm again? So yeah, I don't exactly know how we're going to do this. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean if my approach matches someone else's approach, I don't even want to know if it works or not. You know what I mean? Like, I still don't even know if this is a valid approach. I kind of just made this up based on the Rubik's Cubes I was staring at. All right, so we cut it in half. If it works, then we just back out of this function and we don't go anymore. But if we get down here, then we can say, like, echo, uh-oh, cutting in half didn't work. No, I like my 8 space tabs. The coating beverage of choice alternates between zero sugared Canada Dry ginger ale and the most basic warm green tea. Because it's good for me and I drink it like it's medicine even though it tastes like dirt. Canada Dry. Fair enough, Liquid. So now that we get down here, we know our cutting in half didn't work, so we have to brute force. I think we just do a single button press of every possible button, and then we just run it through our algorithm again. That's the way to do it, I think. So if this button worked, that's great, we can cache it. Otherwise, we invalidate it. And then if we get down here, we can return that if it worked, that if it didn't. Okay. So now we'll get a lot more here, but there's a chance that this could work. So this will only work in the cases where it didn't work before, I guess, if that makes sense. It's going to be a lot of output. Actually, let's get an idea. Yeah. Now we can also parallelize this. That is a way to make this go faster. Yeah, it is a lot of output. So parallelizing it is working. We are caching failed values, which don't really need. We got an answer. I mean, according to this, we got an answer. Let's do the examples just to make sure we didn't break anything. The examples work. Here is what I think we need to do. I think we need to parallelize this. I need a parallelizer script is what I need. Could pass it to xargs. My YouTube and Twitch algo finally lined up. I get your reels all the time. Yo, that's awesome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. It'll get me some speed, but it won't give me a ton. It'll be going as fast as it went before, which, you know, it's decently fast. Not the end of the world. What I could do, I could do the cheap version of parallelization. Okay, you ready for the cheap version? We're going to shard this. We're going to shard this in real time. Commit! Yes! Thank you! Yes, thank you, Arthur Campbell. Thank you. Let's push that. All right, so I'm thinking we can do the world's lamest parallelization, where we just manually shard it out. So we have 177 here. We could do head minus 50 of the real input and pipe it into part 2. It's not the best. And we could just open up 3 more tabs. You know what I mean? Like we could just like, what's my hotkeys? Like this sucks. But I'm so deep into it, I just want to know if this works. I'm just getting lazy here. Head minus 100. The real input, pipe to tail minus 50. That gets me the next 50. Head minus 150. Let's do 140, the real input. Tail minus 40. Okay. And then we can just do, what is it? Head minus 140. We could just do, I want the rest of it. What do I want? Oh, I just want tail 40. Do I want tail 40? What do I want here? What am I doing wrong? I guess I just want the rest. What do we have here? 50, 100, 140. So we want 177 minus 40. Is that tail 37? Yeah, tail 37. Thank you. Yeah. My brain was just breaking on it. Let's just double check that they don't line up, because the top one of this one should be dot dot pound dot dot, and this one's dot dot pound dot. Okay, well, you know what's good enough. There we go. Oh, right. I have to pipe that into translate. Pipe that into translate. Pipe that into translate. Pipe that into translate. There we go. Now we get all the input in a very easy to understand way. We're going to pipe that into part 2. Wow, the cutting in half. Oh no, I just print. I hate that output. But that is kind of wild that the cutting in half didn't work for a lot of those. All right. This thing's kind of cranking, isn't it? 16, 2, 9, 2. This one just stuck at 2. That scares me. Sixteen, 3, 9, 2. Okay. Let's see what our... Okay. There's still more breathing room in the CPU. I probably could have done more parallelization, because we're just parallelizing 4 of it for now. This is crazy. This is actually crazy if this works. Oh, you have no idea how much I hope this works. What do you guys say? Play some piano while this is happening? I feel so bad we crushed this little machine with a CPU-bound bash math work. I assume we'll move on to GNU Parallel. Nah, probably not GNU Parallel. Although I should learn GNU Parallel. Normally I just write it in pure bash. Just forking out external jobs. The key presses and the audio hurt? Oh, like you can hear it on the microphone? Here, watch this. All right, how are we doing over here? This one's still on 2? That's not a good sign. 18, 3, 19? What have we stalled out? What's going on here? Is it really that much slower? It's quite easy with GNU Parallel. I should definitely learn it then. $19, 3, 18, 2. 2 scares me. And these numbers aren't even like that big. Oh, we don't know how many buttons there are. There could be like a ton of buttons. Didn't even think about that. should we rewrite this to just do parallelized work? Because we've done it before. Oh, we've done it in part 1. I could do a TMUX split. Yeah, just didn't think about it. It's a tough problem to explain. I'm sorry, I can't do it right now. I'm way too much in problem solving mode. Like, normally I'd be in good streamer mode, but I'm just way too deep into this to explain. If you want to read about it, you can. It's called Advent of Code. This is day 10, part 2, so you can go look it up. Well, you might not be able to see part 2 if you're not logged in. I don't even know. I've done a short about TMUX. I don't know, everyone asks me if I use TMUX, and I just don't use it. I don't have anything against it, I just don't use it. I don't know. Tabs and a terminal is just, like, sufficient for me. I don't need anything else. Alright, I don't like how slow this is going. We're just going to stop it all. And we're going to implement some basic parallelization. Vim part 1, part 2. Close the Vim over here. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab this. In your bash course, you were batting the script before running it. I was screaming at you just do it in a TMUX pane, so you didn't have to do it every time. Yeah, that's fair. Probably would have made sense to have the code examples up there. Like, for the sake of teaching, I could see learning something like that. That might be worth it. Yeah, I'm not against TMUX. I definitely have some servers where I use it, but I usually just use it to keep tasks running in the background. Like, I just don't like it for my daily workflow. I do end up using TMUX in one part of the bash course. I talk about named pipes, so I can definitely use it, but yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that stupid part 1, part 2 thing. Joltages and buttons are the first ones, okay. So task. Joltages and buttons. And we put that in the background. Call that $I. Then we do I++. Okay. Okay, if I is greater than 20, we'll do 20 at a time. Weight minus n. There we go. Part 2 does add worrying about joltages, that is true. Why plain Vim and not NVim? The same reason I don't use Tmux. I just have no reason for it. Vim works just fine for me. Until I have a reason to switch to NeoVim, I don't know. Vim works fine. Vim Tutor. That's my suggestion if you want to get better at Vim and Iron Wolf. I know there's other things, but I don't know. I mean, beyond just use it more, I just use it more. Like, I'm sorry, but that's been the thing that's gotten me better at it. Do you use the arrow keys at all? If so, unbind them. Break that habit. It will just slow you down. Unbind the arrow keys is how I learned like 20 years ago. All right, so we call task with $I and the two things. We get the $I here. We get the joltages and the buttons. We reinitialize the cache. Don't even need to do that. Echo it, and then we run it, and then we write the answer to out tid.text. Should just work. We have out here. Let's go ahead and cat the example, pipe it to translate, pipe it to part 2. There we go. Now we have 3 files in out. If we add them all together, we get this. If we do that bad cop trick, paste, what'd you do? SD plus? There you go, and pipe that to BC, and that's how you do it. I think I actually, hold on, wait. I can just pipe it to total. I have a little thing called total. I totally forgot I wrote. It's just a wraparound awk that adds them up, so I can just pipe it to total. So now we have a way of doing this with parallelization. We could do more than 20, but we could just run 20 and see what happens. And we could also make it so we won't run things that have already been ran. So that is pretty cool. We could. We don't have that in there now. Let's go ahead and run this. Wow. Okay. So this is how many we've solved so far. Out of 177, I think. Wow. Okay. So it's running. Are we burning CPU over here? Guys, let me know if my stream starts dropping frames, okay? Let me know if my stream gets bad. Wow, look at all that green. So much in user time. It's all user space calculations. Oh my god. That's so funny. 35. Okay, so they're all going to get hung up on slow ones and just not be able to progress. Wow, that's so funny. Which Mac do you use? This is a M1 Studio, M1 Max. Let me pull up about this Mac and let's see. Mac Studio, Apple M1 Ultra, 128 gigs of RAM. I think I got it like 4 or 5 years ago. Green is good? No, it's not. That's not what that means. There's green and red. This is my CPU usage. So like if you're used to Windows, you know, you could like pull up Task Manager and see how busy your computer is. The CPU is completely at 100% for all of it. So we're really getting our money worth here, which is nice. The green means it's spending time in user time. So this is like doing mathematical calculations. The red is in the kernel. We're just crushing it with user space calculations. That's all that's happening here. All right, we're at 48. 48 out of 177, and we don't know if we'll get the right answer. I mean, this is progress, right? You guys ever do anything like this? While, sleep, to, do, done. It's a pretty good way to, you know, gauge progress. We could also look for any ones that have failed. If there's a -1, then it's failed. Okay, there's no -1s yet. Did you configure HTOP to show kernel versus user? I don't think I've seen that, or at least didn't notice. I don't think I've configured it. I think that's just the default. Look at HTOP, see if you'll see green and red. I mean, you need to be on a kind of a busy system, but yeah. I'll bought the whole computer. I'll use the whole computer. I'm pretty sure I say that multiple times in my bash course. Like, no joke. I'm like, it's your computer. You paid for it. Like, like, you want to have dominion over your computer? Yeah, dude. I get it. We didn't time this. That would have been fun to time. The nice thing is we have the output cached, so I could rewrite my script to skip ones that have already been calculated. So if we do need to control C for whatever reason, we already have these values. Now, if they're good or not, that's different. Need the escape sequence to clear the previous text? You could. I like this better. Because it looks like I'm tailing a log file. No, Curtis, I unironically believe that. It's your computer. Do whatever you want. $53 out of 177. So what are we, roughly a third of the way there? How long has it been? 6-7 minutes? Like, it's not the slowest solution. I've already done the slowest solution. We did the naive approach. So thank you, Iron Wolf. Thank you, Curtis. Also, shout out to everyone who watched my bash course today, because it's over 7 hours of content and I dropped it right in the middle of a workday for most people. So like most people, for a lot of people. So shout out to people who watched it. My subscriber count on YouTube has gone way up. Like, I think I gained like 500 subscribers in the last 24 hours, which is huge. I don't think I've ever gained that much in a day. Maybe I have. I don't actually know. Either way, I'm totally thankful for people hitting that subscribe button on YouTube. It's like super cool to see that number go up. I really, really want to hit 100,000. Right now we're actually at 67,000 subscribers on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Iron Wolf, if you want to check it out. Here, you know what? Hold on, guys, I'll do my shtick. You ready for this? Yo, what's up, everyone? Check out course.ysap.sh. Of course, YSAP is You Suck at Programming. That's the name of my channel on YouTube, Instagram, most of my socials. So course.ysap.sh. It is my bash course, the complete bash scripting course. Bash scripting course and guide created by Dave Eddy of ysap.sh. I am Dave Eddy. I run ysap.sh, and here is my bash course. It is a free video. It is completely free. It's available as a YouTube video. It's over 7 hours of content. If you want to support me, subscribe to the channel. Join my Patreon, but that's a monthly payment and those suck. I understand that if you don't want to, you can make a one-time purchase, or you can donate to me, or you don't have to do any of that. It's completely free. The only reason you'd want to purchase it is because you will get a DRM-free MP4 file, so you can run it on whatever machine you want. You don't have to worry about ads, all that stuff. Any code we write and reference during the course will be here in this GitHub repo. You can go check. Join my Discord server if you want support. There's a whole channel for it. Every time I make a reference to an external video or document or anything, I put it here, and every single chapter and section has a timestamp here. This is annoying to look at here, but when you're on YouTube, it's broken into chapters. So yeah, it's a 7-hour video, but there's 62 sections here, over 62 sections. So, yep. And of course, the right section, you're a teacher and your professor, you want to show it to your students? Hey, cool, have at it. You're a content creator, you want to react or follow along on your stream? Awesome. You also want to upload those transformed content? You want to upload those transformed videos to YouTube? Awesome. I just asked that you don't re-upload it wholesale. You don't just re-upload my own video. Like, that sucks. But if you want to change it, you want to, park yourself in the corner and follow along or talk about like why I'm dumb, go for it. Awesome. So that's my bash course. It dropped today. It's on YouTube. And yeah, I'm hoping it does very well for my channel because I put so much effort in it. I recorded over 9 hours of raw footage. It was over 3 days. My voice was hoarse at the end of it. And then it took about 2 weeks to edit. And like a long time to edit. Editing videos is not easy. It's kind of fun, but it's not easy. Oh, and then for the super fans, which I love you guys. You guys are great. The people that also know that most of my websites, you can also curl. You can curl course.ysap.sh, and you get this nice little page that I created, this little like ASCII ANSI art thing, the complete bash scripting course, 7+ hours, 60+ sections, created by Dave Eddy, blah, blah, blah. I was thinking about loading more information in this. It'd be fun to have like all the sections and stuff. I was even thinking of making like a TUI that you could like scroll through the sections and hit enter and it would bring you to the YouTube video with the timestamp. Like I've thought about this stuff, but I don't know. Is it excessive? It might be excessive. So I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do. But I do want to make a TUI that uses this interface. I really, really like this little interface. I like this color scheme I've picked out. Like it's come together so nicely. So yeah, there's my spiel. Whew. Let's see. Are you related to Gamer Nexus? No, but I get that one a lot. I would like to see I mean, I've got some great hair, don't get me wrong, but he has some fantastic hair. Just absolutely amazing. So that'd be a fun person to meet in real life, just to get a picture of us together. Hey Dave, I got a weird question. I have a program that prints OK to standard error every 10 seconds. After I reboot it, it's still putting OKs in standard error even though it's not running. Any idea why, how? That doesn't make any sense. What have you rebooted? You rebooted the entire machine and it's still putting OKs in standard error. What do you mean standard error? Where is standard error if you've rebooted the machine? Like, I assume the terminal that it was writing to has been disconnected if you've rebooted the machine. So what is it actually writing to? Can you elucidate that for me a little bit? I think there's some missing information here. So like when you say it's in standard error, how are you seeing this? Like, are you seeing it on terminals in a log file? Can you give me some information like that? I might be able to help you there. How would a TUI from a curl result work? It wouldn't. It would not. We'd have to do something slightly different. I've done things like this. You'd have to do a curl pipe bash. So I have some of that stuff. I have, I don't even remember, ysap.sh/help. And then I have curl xmas.ysap.sh. This returns a bash script. So if you pipe it to bash, you get this nice little terminal interface. I should do we should add a snowfall animation. I should make a video out of that. Well, I'll do a stream where we add a snowfall animation. Last year I did a stream where we made this. This year I'll do an animation. Actually, we should change these colors too to be more good. More good. I'll add snowfall to this. That'd be kind of fun. That'll be a fun stream, and then I can make a video out of that. Yep. Let's see. TUIs are old news. Recreate the entire video in ASCII. I can't even imagine that. That would be just sickening, the amount of data you'd have to transfer. That'd be insane. Arthur, I don't know the answer to your question. I'd have to think about that some more. So we are stuck at 55. That kind of scares me. Did we get 55 so far? We have a so far.txt, right? Oh, we haven't even got there yet. Okay. But wait. Okay, we got... Oh, right. When we did the 4 before, I think that's where it got stuck in this area. But it definitely went faster in the farther areas. I don't know. It'll probably uncork itself and probably go faster eventually. So that's all fine by me. I guess we just let this thing run. What parallelization are we even doing with this? 20? I mean, 20 is probably sufficient, right? Spawn each individually? What do you mean? The entire machine, yes. It's using the Firefox native messaging API and the browser extension it interacts with. Says message from native application on standard error. Okay, in the browser console. Well, here's the thing. If you say it's not running, it sounds like it is running. If you're seeing that message show up. It's using the Firefox native messaging API and the browser extension it interacts with says... I mean, is the browser extension forking it? Like, is the browser extension running this program? Are you choosing to run this program? Do you have it in cron somewhere? Do you have it at, like, I don't know what your system is. Do you have it boot up with your system somehow? If you're on Linux, do you have it in systemd or something? If you're on Mac, do you have it in launch, whatever they call it? Whatever the program that launched CTL is for. Isn't it thinking about batches currently? I have missed what setup you kicked off here. Yeah, we're doing 20 at a time. So it's doing 20 at a time. And right now we've only finished 55. So that means there are some number of things beyond this that we haven't processed yet. I mean, we can check. We can ls out. We can pipe it to sort -n. And we can see which ones are here. Now there's going to be some gaps in the output. So we can pipe this to gaps. And this did not give me the output I wanted. Why is it 68 to 67? I wrote a program called gaps a long time ago. I don't think it works. I think are these the ones that's missing? There's no way it's missing one. It's not. Okay, then I don't trust my program. I used to have a program that would find gaps in output like this and print out what was missing. But it's clearly broken and I don't feel like digging into it. Right, it's not running the 50th problem. That's just the line count. Yes, exactly. So we could even look here. I mean, technically speaking, it might be running the 55th problem, but that we could just be getting lucky. That the 55 in the output does not correlate to the 55th problem. That's correct. I'm invoking it manually from the command line, and I've only ever run it that way. I have no idea. I mean, it sounds like something's running it for you. You could, obviously look through PS and see if the thing's running. You could do a nice little PS -f. I don't know your I don't know how comfortable you are with the command line and doing this stuff. So if this is like very basic to you, like totally fine. But like PSEF pipe grep for your script, and you can find it. So like as you can see, there's a lot of bash part 2s running here. Yeah, what does gaps even do? $1 is not equal to P plus 1. We store it and then we check. If it's not equal to the one before it, then we print this one to $1 minus 1. How did that ever work? Is the Firefox plugin getting its notification from some external source, i.e. not his machine, and it cached up a ton of messages and they're still delivering? Oh yeah, that's true. Is your Firefox plugin just cached up all those messages? That's a good point. If it's coming every 10 seconds, that's leading me to believe that some sort of thing is either scheduling that program to run or it's queued them up and it only processes one every 10 seconds or something like that. That's a really good point. Am I crazy or does it feel like we're stuck? What distro are you using right now? This is Mac OS, baby. Have you checked a 2-in? Yes, I have. I looked into it last year. I actually, it's so funny. I made a joke picture. I photoshopped a picture of my CLI wrapped for 2024. Like Spotify does their wrapped. And I said, these are the top 5 commands I ran. And I made a whole fake graphic around it and everything. I used my actual bash history, but I made that. And my buddy, Mike, on Blue Sky, added the creator of a 2-in. I think that's how you pronounce it. I always said @win, but I think it's a 2-in. Ellie, and he said something. He was like, "Can we get this information out of a 2-in?" She was like, "Oh yeah, definitely." And a couple days later, she just replied both of us, and she was like, "It's there." And now there's a wrapped, so you can see your wrapped on all your CLI usage, which is pretty cool. So that's my claim to fame. That exists there because I made a joke graphic and my buddy sent it over to her. The project looks really cool. It's just it's not for me. Not in a bad way, but like, you know, I don't really use tmux, and I don't use neovim, and I don't use language servers. Like I just, there's a lot of things I just don't like. So I'm kind of like old school when it comes to it. I think it's really cool, but you know, I don't need a bunch of the features it gives me. How do you write a function that you can call in your shell? Is in your bash RC? Yep, that's pretty much where I put it. Why are we stuck at 55? Like, that seems crazy. Yeah, the history sync between different hosts is definitely cool. I don't like that. I like host-specific history. But I know you can, like, opt into it. You can just say, like, oh, find my global history everywhere. Like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's a really cool project. I know you can self-host it and stuff. I think it's written in Rust, which is super cool. Like, it's a really, really deep project. I literally recommend people use that project. I just don't personally use it. I just don't need the features it offers. Are we stuck here? What's going on here? There's a whole bunch of classifications for the scope of history shows. That's pretty cool. Like, I figured it did, but yeah. There we go. I was muted. Well, thanks. Best of luck with today's challenge. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you. How much of a rabbit hole would it be to make a pure bash script without access to expector Python for scraping logs over telnet? Interested because of need, but don't want a deep hole time sync. I mean, don't you just like run the telnet command? Like, how many commands do you have to give telnet? It depends on how much work is required to actually get logs to start streaming over telnet. Like, how many commands you have to send. But like, I don't know. I think it's pretty approachable. You realistically cannot give enough context in a chat message for us to support you. You could maybe take it to the Discord. Oh yeah. If you have like follow-up questions, like go jump in my Discord. Like people are helpful there. Hey, did we got one done? Did we uncork one of them? Wow, we're at 56 now. Wow, we've uncorked one problem. Incredible. Incredible. It is crazy that 20 of them are stuck on slow problems because, like, when I did the 4 terminals, like, some of them were just cranking through those problems, so. This computer's doing work right now. Oh boy, I hope this solution works. I really hope it works. I just checked my YouTube comments, and it's amazing how many people think my name is Eddie. So many people think my name is Eddie. It's crazy. But like that's fine. So many people are like I get this a lot when you work internationally with people. I never know actually where people are from. And for a lot of people, the surname will come at the end or the surname will come at the beginning of the name. So I totally get it. You see Dave Eddie, it's a little bit confusing. You're like, oh, it's probably just Eddie, and Dave is the family name. I'm gonna call you Eddie from now on. People do. I don't like it, but like it annoys me, but it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like if someone does it, I'm like, it is what it is, but I'll correct them if they do it enough times because I'm like, all right, that's enough. Even better. Shut up, Ash. I hate you. Is it possible to start bash shell in incognito mode without adding lines to your bash history? That's a good question. I think, yeah, unset hist file. I was going to say there might be an option to do that, but yeah, you can just unset hist file. Look at the history. The history built in. Help history. There's a ton of stuff you can do here. History -C to delete all the entries. You can delete it with the -D. What else can you do? Yeah, I definitely know you can unset hist file, though. That's definitely something you can do. Bash -- no RC. Oh, yeah, that's a fun one. Unmodded. Dave, I'm going to call it. Got to get some sleep. Best of luck with this. I might pick up Advent Code to help me with learning Rust. Have a great night, dude. This is a ton of fun to do in Rust. In fact, if we were doing this Rust, we might actually get an answer relatively faster than this. But thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good night. Thank you for coming and hanging out here. That starting a command with a space thing does work for me. It might be a setting. I don't remember. Grep-I hist in my bash RC. Yeah, there's hist control. I forget what you can set hist control to. Colon separated list of values. Ignore space. Ignore dupes. I guess that's it. Okay. I thought it does it by default. But yeah, there's definitely some like tricks you can do. You can do like space, ls, and you can do \ls like that. I don't know what else there is. I don't know exactly how they all work. I don't know bash history that well. It's sufficient for my needs, so I haven't bothered looking too deeply into it, honestly. Yo, how is this thing still just cranking through? Like it works so fast, and then we just hit a dead end, it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, how many buttons are here? Let's see. All right, so let's look at this one. 41. 41 has been running for a while. How many buttons are on 41? Are we 0 indexed or 1 indexed? We are 0 indexed. So, we're 0 indexed. That's super annoying. So this is 1 index, so we'll go to 42. That's a lot of buttons. That is a lot of buttons. Okay. I see what the problem is here now. This is a ton of buttons. And a ton of joltage things. Holy. Okay. Yeah. How long does it have to run before this becomes a learning linear algebra stream? I would admit defeat if I learned linear algebra. But it would be a ton of fun. It would be a ton of fun. I'd have to push myself to learn it. So that'd be kind of fun. We got one done, though. Looks like I must have had his control set ages ago. Yeah, there's some weirdness with that. Like I said, I don't know all the specifics of it. This might have to be a learning linear algebra stream. All right, let me ask a question to people watching the stream right now. If you are a lurker, if you like to lurk my streams, I don't have as high a viewership as I normally do. Not a big deal. But if you are a lurker, just go ahead and say hi in either one of the chats, YouTube or Twitch. Just say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm always curious how many people just put me onto the background and what they're doing. Like, if you're just lurking and you don't want to say anything, I totally get it. But if you're, like, driving in your car, you're chilling at your desk writing code, you're hanging out on the couch, like, I'm just curious what you guys do. I would love to hear from the lurkers. I'm always just interested to find out. Oh my god, hi everybody. Hey, Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm totally cool with lurking, by the way. You don't have to say anything. I'm just always curious what people put me on in the background for. People watch my VODs and just like vibe out to it. People say like, this is just so relaxing. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. Oh my God. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. You guys are awesome. Lurking while gaming / working. That's awesome. Ash says, what's 57 plus 10? Mods banner. Currently learning C. Hey, that's a ton of fun. I love that. C is one of my favorite languages. I was lurking while some C. Nice. I've got you in the background while I organize some media files. Hey, I think that counts. That's so fun. I'm lurking. Have to go to the web browser to chat. Hey, well, keep lurking. Like, that's totally fine. I'm playing Valheim while pretending to know what you're talking about. Nice. Is it I'm gonna keep asking questions to lurkers. You guys don't just ignore me. Actually, if you just want to lurk, that's totally fine. Don't feel pressure to answer questions. Just like, is it distracting when I just start playing piano, or is it nice? I ask as someone who doesn't watch my streams, but just sometimes when I'm not paying attention, I start playing piano and people comment like, oh, piano. And I'm like, oh yeah, whoops. That's why you're my #1 YouTube channel this year. Bash in the background is soothing. Yo, that's awesome, dude. That's so cool to hear. Nice. Okay, that's good. Okay, does anyone feel like this was going super fast in the beginning and now it's just like grinded to a halt? Is 20 too much? Like, do you think 20 is too much of a parallelism? Stream on TikTok? I've streamed on TikTok in the past. Haven't done that in a long while. We had some fun streams on TikTok. Oh my God, I remember one night we had like 1,000 concurrent viewers. It was wild. We didn't do, my buddy and I would stream sometimes with his wife, and we wouldn't do coding. No, we were just hanging out, chilling. It was a fun time. Thank you, Eddie. You're a monster. Should do hot tub coding streams. Now listen, that'd be a lot of fun. Cross-compiling my C project and watching your stream. Yo, that's awesome, man. The poopification of software happening live. What are my thoughts on that topic? I have a lot of thoughts on that topic. Nothing I want to dive into right now. Go look through my channel and find my rant on AI. That'll tell you a lot about how I feel. Bad Cop put out a tweet a couple months ago that I just loved. And she said, I'm starting to think some of you guys don't even like programming. And I was like, that's perfect. That's just absolutely perfect. That sums up how I feel about it. Thank you. Eddie is killing me. Oh, I can show the part 2 instructions now. Yeah. If I'm just sitting here, we're just waiting here. Yep. Joke's on you. I never liked programming. I knew that. We are at 61 for anyone following along. We have to get to 177. We are at 61. So things are starting to free up. So I'm looking through this list. I know I have the instructions up, but I'm looking through the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, blah, 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 17, and then it jumps to 20. So problems 18 and 19 are still being solved. But that seems crazy because if I looked in so far, we solved them pretty quickly. Oh, but that was before the brute force thing was added. Okay, yeah, it might just take longer with this algorithm. We were at 61 currently. More RAM in this economy. I know. Can you believe I have a... God, my RAM is so funny. I should show you guys. I'm studying Mech E, but programming is my second love. Hey, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, Iron Wolf, I gotcha. Here, I can scroll down a little bit. I think here's where I left off. You can push these buttons as many times as you like. So there's the second part of the instructions if you want to just like read that or whatever. Yeah, HTOP showed it's at 128. But that is my Mac. I have a server downstairs which has an even more fun HTOP output. I'll show that. I'll leave this up for another like minute and then I'll show it. Oh, we were at 63. Wow, it just jumped up by 2 in the same 2-second thing. That's amazing. Yeah, hopefully some of these start uncorking. Some of these start going a little bit faster. Maybe 20 at the same time is just too saturated. Maybe the scheduler's just having problems. I don't know. I just don't want to cancel it now. Looks like we're still waiting on 18 and 19. Oh my god. 27, 30, 31, 33. Wow, there's so many that aren't done. Your server's 512 gigs of RAM and 96 CPU. Hey, you got me beat then. That's awesome though. Here we go. Let's yeah, this is my Mac. This is my M1 Studio that I'm on. I love having 20 cores. How weird is that? And then we have SSH into HTOP. Yeah, that's a normal command. SSH into Datadyne. There we go. 64 cores and 256 gigs of RAM over here. But the real fun thing is the ZFS. That's ZFS list. zpool list. Is it zpool? What is it? Zpool status? There we go. This is the fun one. So we have 2 NVMe drives that are mirrored together, which is 500 gigs, and that's where I put my like OS and stuff like that. And then I have 18 spinning SAS drives that are striped across 2 RAID Z2s. So here and here, striped across them. So 9 disks and 9 disks with a separate CFS intent log here. So when you do a nice little zpool list, you can see that Goliath has 65 terabytes of total. And then, yeah, so they're each 4 terabyte drives. So there's 18 4 terabyte drives, which is pretty fun. Let's try running part 2 over here and have a race. I thought about that. My Mac is faster, but this machine just has way more cores. So like, actually, I don't know. I don't know who wins that race then. But let's see. Oh god, we're still at 63. That is just brutal. And chunk my drives into 4 Z1 pools of 6 drives. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's awesome. Dude, CFS is the best, isn't it? God, I love ZFS so much. It's just the best file system. It's so great. 4 Z1 pools of 6 drives. That's amazing. 24 drives total. Do you have any sort of like, do you have any hot spares or anything like that? I've been thinking about it. I actually have 2 drive bays that are unused, and I have 1 new drive. I should just put the 2 new drives in there and just make them hot spares. Luckily, I haven't had drive failure in like 5 years, so. But we are approaching where I should be buying new drives. Like, they're old. They're old. Learn about going wide just before I set it up. Yeah. Nice. You've got your own offline white noise generator. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty loud. It's not super loud. It's not like a data center, but you know. Yeah. I keep it away from the bedroom so I don't have to hear it. Yeah, this is fun to see. 64X AMD Epic, and then 256 gigs of RAM, 17 zones running. That's awesome. Just a cold spare on top of the NAS. Yeah, exactly. I got a cold spare. I don't have any room for hot spares. I don't even have a cold spare at the moment. That's a scary place to be in. I had no cold spare when I had drive failure, and that sucked. So If you can change that, I would definitely recommend getting your hand on having a cold spare. At least there. At least just to have it somewhere there. Just take it from me who's lived it. It sucks. You inspired me to learn more Bash script. Awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That's great to hear. Just a cron job that'll pop up an alert if it's not happy. Yeah, I have a Nagios set up at home, so it just runs a whole bunch of stuff. So like I have custom Nagios plugins. Yeah, terrible directory names, I know. I have a lot of stuff in here. Let me check smart CTL health. Let's go ahead and run a sudo on this. And this will do the smart CTL on the drive. So all devices are healthy, 18 total. Hey, that's great. That is what you want. How does this even work? Do I have a debug flag? I do not. Then I have check Z zones over provision. So I haven't over provisioned my zones. I've only allocated 31% of my zones memory, which is nice. Check Z pool cap. Yeah, Goliath is 40%, our pool is 12%, and then I warn if they hit a certain percentage and stuff, and then Z pool status. I'm a little bit crazy. This is so much for just a home setup, but I love it. I love doing stuff like this. It's just so much fun. Some of these things are so old. Oh my god. I'm on easy mode with unrate as the OS. So as long as I look at the web interface once in a while, I should see errors. Oh, okay, that's that's legit. Yeah, I'm on Omni OS, so I'm on hard mode. It's really hard to Google problems when they come up. Like if it was just Linux, it'd be a lot easier. This is not Linux. So yeah, I have this. You are on Windows 11. Very good, Ash. Very good. I'm so proud of you. 63. We are just stuck. Is it just getting slower? Because like it was, some of those things were going fast when they got to the end. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't like it. But you know what we could do? Oh wait, hold on. We just jumped up by 3. 3 of them solved at the same time. What are the odds of this? How'd you come across OmniOS? Started learning about ZFS in 2010, and then Sun was acquired by Oracle. So I still wanted to use that operating system because I just love the ZFS file system, and it wasn't available anywhere else. It wasn't on Linux or anything. So then after the acquisition by Oracle, Solaris was forked off into something called Illumos, ILLUMOS, and that's what got me into that whole world. So there are a bunch of Illumos distributions I went through. Open Indiana, then I switched over to SmartOS, and now I'm on OmniOS. So that's kind of how I got there. I wanted the native ZFS. You get just better zones, like no value judgment here, but like when people were talking about like, oh my god, like Docker's the future, it's like, dude, these isolated OS containers have been around forever on like Solaris and stuff through zones, and FreeBSD has like jails and stuff. So it just had a lot of the newer technology. Like Linux has its own things now, but I'm just like, I don't know, the Illumos system, the ecosystem, I'm just kind of more used to. Think there's a chance the stuck ones really steal all the CPU? I don't know, actually. Kind of worried about that. LXCs are great as well. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about them. Like, I just don't. Like, I just live in the Illumos world. So, like, I'm used to software virtualization having, like, its own networking stack and stuff. But, of course, it's like a fake network. Not fake networking stack, but, like, if it knows it's host to host, it's way faster because of loopback devices. Did you ever have trouble reading man pages? I know basic Linux, but when it comes to adding arguments, I feel lost. I'm trying to learn C, and it's getting easier now to understand arguments. What do you mean by basic arguments? Can you explain what you mean? Because yes, I've definitely had trouble reading man pages. Sometimes it's like when I was first learning Linux, I was like, these are so overly complicated. I just want like basic examples. So yeah, a lot of times I'd just be like Googling for examples. Like sometimes man pages just feel a little bit daunting to read. So you're not alone if that's how you're feeling. Have you ever opened Shift? I do not know what that is. TLDR is great. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've never actually used it. I love that I can snapshot my desktop every hour and ZFS set it over to the server and have a full waterfall backup at such a minimum cost. Yes! If you have a machine that you can use ZFS, you should try it. That is so true. If anyone's listening, ZFS is just the goated file system. Unfortunately, I don't have it on my Mac. Some people run it. I wouldn't trust it, but that's just me personally. So I rsync my stuff down to my server, the server that I logged into, and then every night that over a secure channel backs up to my buddy's house, which also has a server running CFS there. So, I should upgrade. That's been a while. So it's really cool because I just do a snapshot every night and send it over to his house, and the disks over at his house are encrypted. So if that device were to be compromised or whatever, all that data is encrypted. So it's just so nice. I encrypt the data before it gets sent over there, which is pretty cool. Do I? I should double check. It's been so long since I've set that up. 66, one away. Thank you, Ash. We better not skip it. I'll be so upset. No, one away. Yeah, I think no matter what happens tonight, I'm just too tired to start something new. So I can let this run, but it may even be advantageous to like kill this and maybe have it start filling in some other numbers or something. I don't actually know what the best thing is. Maybe the fact that all the CPUs are saturated scares me. I like to have a little bit of breathing room because now the scheduler is fighting with it. Like, I kind of want to just like restart this with like a lower parallelization and maybe even start it at like the hundreds and just kind of like let it churn through some stuff because we're just filling in these cached values, which is nice. Because all the ones we've solved, like they're solved. We don't need to go back to them. I bought a single board computer that has 4 NVMe's on it that auto WireGuard connects back to the server so it can ZFS and backups offsite too. It feels really great to be 3-to-1 backup. Can you send that link? Can you send the link to that? I've been looking for a good like single board computer that actually I could just load up with NVMe's and kind of use that. Cause like NVMe is not great for the longest term storage, but to have something like that to throw at a third person's house that I could back up to that to would be ideal. And just a small single board computer. Like, yeah, if you want to just like throw me a link to that, that'd be awesome if you want to. It was from an LTT video. Awesome. Like, yeah, I can look for it that way. Or if you do have the link sent to me, if too much to work, don't bother. That's so sick to know about because that's what I want. I basically have almost that exact same setup. I'm just so old school of a sysadmin that instead of WireGuard, it does an auto SSH tunnel back here. So, it is what it is. Oh, ARM-based might be a problem. No, it's not a problem. I could just probably have to use like a Linux distro or something. $66. Yeah, let's have some fun here. Dev, advent of code, 2025. Let's scp-r date 10 to datadyne AOC date 10. SSH into datadyne. SSH into AOC day 10. Vim part 2. Let's have this start at a way higher number. What do you say? We'll do something like this. If I is less than 100, then I plus plus. Continue. There we go. It's running Open Media Vault as the OS since it was one of the ones easily available. Then add the ZFS and WireGuard plugins. Oh, sick. That's awesome. Hey, Dave. Jeff Geerling also has DIY NAS content. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I know who that is, but like I was probably just like some creator. But like that's awesome. Yes, I could definitely. I should probably learn more about some of the different like solutions that actually exist. So let's cat the real input. We're gonna do this on my server now. And we're going to start 100 into it. Cat real input, pipe it to translate. There we go. And pipe that into part 2. Okay, well, we don't need that because we're not using var dump. Oh. The version of Bash isn't new enough. If I drop a link while I get timed out, I don't think you will. You shouldn't. If you do, I'm a mod and I can untime you out, right? Is that how that works? Heck yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Paying for cloud storage is stupid. Awesome. I will leave that tab open. Thank you. I don't know how much you have to drop on drives these days. Listen, I'm prepared for it. I bought all these drives 10 years ago. I know it's about that time to get new drives, and I know it's going to be a lot of money. I'm just prepared for it. Like, that's all you can be, you know? Should we just compile Bash on this real quick? What's the Bash mirror? Do you guys have that memorized? B minor? I guess this is still at 66. Let's just compile Bash on my server real quick. Oh, the NVIDIA slots are 1x. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have to be fast, though. Who cares? Have you seen the daily video T... How do you pronounce that dude's name? Is it Soding or T-Soding? Yeah, I've seen that dude's daily videos, yeah. The Twitch chat and the subtitles looks so sick. Like, it looks so cool. Like, that's such a cool project that he made. I think the source code is online. Yeah, I like that dude. His videos seem really, really cool. Yeah, he just seems like a legit dude. So, he's very smart, which is super cool. Yeah, you can't link things on the YouTube channel. I don't know how to change that. If I could, I would. I don't care if you guys link things. But apparently just not letting me. Why is this downloading so slow? Pocket NAS building guide is so interesting. Making a RAID Z1 helps with the throughput a bit. Ah, okay, gotcha. Am I crazy, or is this like the slowest download speed known to man? What's going on here? What's my server doing? And this is still at 66? Oof. Oofers. Did I just close my terminal? Please tell me I just hit it. Oh, okay. Oof. Okay. None of the zones are using a lot of network. T-Mux give you peace in those scenarios. That's a pretty good reason for T-Mux right there, actually. I'll give you that one. That one's good. Why is it taking so long to check this code out? It's GitHub. That's a crazy slow download for GitHub. That's why I use Tmux. Yeah. Listen, guys. You're right. Do you have thoughts on BTOP? I get the vibe you prefer capable but simple. I've never used BTOP. That's it. Just never used it. Been using HTOP for like 20 years. Just haven't thought to try anything new. This is painfully slow. Look, what's happening here? Okay. I know I have faster internet than this. Network stab CPU shouldn't be. And this is on my server that I'm trying to do this on. So like the server is just sitting here doing nothing. Like literally, like there's nothing happening here. Yeah, we're receiving at 45 kilobits a second. Ooh. CPU's doing nothing. Yeah, CPU's truly doing nothing. Does this take options? Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, my God. There we go. Yeah, CPU's not doing anything. Everything is getting slow as the AOC question tend to make you feel the same speed. Everything's getting real slow here. That's got to be it. It knows that I'm doing this. Still at 66. Wow. Seriously, this is painfully slow. Can I just pull from the official repo? I could try downloading on my Mac. Yeah, it's true. Okay, yeah, what's going on here? I must have just got like a really slow GitHub mirror or something. Wouldn't a shallow clone be faster? Yeah, probably. I don't think I've ever done a shallow clone in my life. I probably should learn that, but yeah. All right. Didn't realize the bash source code has like 200 megabytes of files in it. It's really funny. Still at 66. Oof. There we go. Still at 66. Oof, out of 177. We're not even halfway there. I hope running some of this on my server can at least help get some of the answers. Okay. Do I need Gmake? Ugh. Yo, what up, Lapis on the Moon? How you doing? Still at 66. Oof. All right, here we go. Compiling the latest bash on my server. Good, you? Yeah, we chilling over here. Oh, the repo is a zip. That's awesome. Do you change shells to a custom bash on your Mac? I don't use the chsh command. I just have iterm2 set up to boot up in the custom bash that I like. So technically my shell has been bashed, but nothing ever executes that. It's not an actual error, is it? It might actually be an actual error. Oof. Oh, it's going to be an actual error. I haven't tried to compile it on a Lumos. No, I have. Is it going to be term.io stuff? Ugh, God, this stuff is so annoying to debug. I have not tried Ghosty. I've had no reason for it. iTerm 2 seems to work for me. 5.3.3. What are we here? Five point 3.3 seemed to work. So let's try that. Ah, it's still gonna break, isn't it? Yeah. 256 gig of RAM, good lord. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're still getting these errors. We're getting these errors. I don't feel like debugging them. Where do you live? That's a weird question. In America. I might have to rerun configure. You're right. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm just trying to see if I can understand what's going on here. It's going to be some term.io stuff. I always run into this with the Lumos. But it normally just compiles, so... Just surprised. Yeah, Bashland. That's it. Can I perp conf here? What do we have here? What are we on here? Still 66? Oh my god, still 66. That's crazy. You meant country, you weren't asking for a location. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I'm in the US. How do you rate AI to be at Bash? Terrible. I've done some AI Bash code reviews and it's garbage. I'm also pretty anti-AI, so you're going to get a very biased opinion from me. But I've also looked at it as unbiased as I can be, and the scripts are just not good. Still failed. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to... I don't feel like debugging this. Unless it's like an easy thing, like installing just like a missing library. I don't even know what my prefix is. I don't even have user local. Okay. If you tell the errors, no, they leave you up to pass. That's so true. Yeah, I don't think this... I think this is a dead end. You'd have to rewrite the whole thing to not use that new syntax, so that wouldn't work. Yo, have a good night, Arthur. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's some term stuff. I don't even know what tputs is. Where is that? It's all curses. Yeah, makes sense. It's just like types are wrong. Well, I mean, that'll do it. Yeah. user include. Let's try this. Yeah, still a 66. This is not solving tonight, I'll tell you that much. I'm curious if it could be made better. Nope, errors. Lame. Okay. I'm still surprised because according to this, 24 hasn't been, 19 hasn't finished. But if we vim so far, we have an answer for 19. So we have 105, no, 19. Oh my God. So let me do this. I gotta sort them. Let's just start spot checking some things. Okay, we're getting different answers. Now here's something interesting. It seems to think that we can solve number 2 in 13 presses. Now number 2 has to get to 53. And it seems to think we could solve it in 2 presses. So that's not right. It is off by 1, you're right. So it seems to think we can solve 0 and 90. 90 is believable. What about 1? It seems to believe we could solve this one in 59. That's believable. Thank you, Liquid Cake. You stopped me from having a little bit of a spiral. Okay, well, no, yeah, you're right. Okay, you have saved my life. You have saved my life, Liquid Cake. Thank you. I just saw your 7-hour tutorial on Bash. I'm genuinely curious whether learning Bash in advance truly has any utility for a software engineer, whether it will help me in my job. Depends on what your job is and how often you interface with Bash. I mean, I definitely think it's useful to learn anything, but it really depends on what your specific role is. You know, you say working as a software engineer, like that could be anything. So if you're more sysadmin, then yeah, it's going to help out. If you're more like web front end, probably not. The most Bash I've written, I think, is a simple 7-line script. Yeah, I like watching your videos. Yo, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's so awesome. Okay, these answers don't look bad then. So what do we have? We had what didn't we have? We're missing 19. Okay. Nineteen says it took 86. Now we could just trust these numbers, but why did we get such a bigger gap here? I'm going to look at the source code without editing it. because we could do some naive solutions first. And then I was missing 18 and 19 earlier. Hey, that's some progress. I think we may be able to go through and do naive solutions first, and then for the ones that fail, do the more brute force solution. So let's... Okay, I'm going to cancel this. And they're all still running. That's great. That is terrible. Okay. Awesome. So those are the ones we have. Those are the ones that definitely work. Let's go in here and we'll say if -e out/$i.text, then echo skipping $i. Continue. So we'll skip the ones that already exist, and then we'll go back to the naive approach, which was, I believe, the brute force thing. Yeah. There we go. Okay. 19 is 20, though, right? This is not going to be off by 1. This is using the same logic as before. We're not incrementing I, though, so there is that. All right, so we're going to use the naive approach and do what we can, and then we'll go through and fill it in with the slow approach. Okay, we have 66 now. So that's 1 higher, right? That's on my server. Significantly less CPU here. Oh boy, okay. We're cranking. We're cranking. I don't know if these answers are right, but we're cranking here. So that means we're finding solutions. Now this will probably get less than 177 because I think some solutions will be bad. But yeah. For some reason, I always read YSAP as yap, and I think, yeah, I'd listen to him yap about anything. That's awesome. That's so funny. Hey, we're making progress. Okay. Okay, so those were the ones that were solved with the naive solution. So now we have to... I know we skipped 6. I'm so sorry. Those are the ones that were solved with the naive solution. Now we have to go through and find the ones that are solved without it. Oh, I see the problem. We could try 10 at a time. Let's get an idea. Damn, I've been waiting. I'm so sorry, Ash. Hey, I've seen you on YouTube before. Great seeing you live. You got great content. Yo, Showboat, thank you. What a nice compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you for checking out the YouTube channel. I appreciate that you're here. I am live on YouTube, but if you like Twitch more, hey, check that. Do whatever you're comfortable with. So yeah, I appreciate you checking it out. Also, if you're watching on Twitch and you like what you see, go ahead and hit that follow button. And if you're watching on YouTube and you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, that's all I got. Ah, man. Okay, so we're not murdering the system here, but we're definitely making it work. Was it 117? Ah, that's where we were before. Yeah. So it's going to take a long time to crank through some of these that just didn't have solutions. I got recommended your first progress bar video the other day, and I watched that one and the second one. Yo, a lot of people have watched that video. That video, I think, is like the top long form on my channel. It's over 100,000 views. I can't believe people resonated with that so much. I'm so thankful that people watched it. I actually thought, like, I literally thought, I was like, this is going to be boring. I'm writing a progress bar like that. That can't be the most interesting thing in the world, but apparently it is. So that's pretty cool. Now, is there ways to still make this code faster? Because I think there is. Like, for instance, we checked that it was successful, and then we set the cache. But we don't need to set the cache. Like, if we get here, and the jolt is less than 0, we can just be done with it. Like, CP part 2 to part 2 new. Let's mess around with this code a little bit. And instead of out, we'll say dir equals out new. Because I have an idea. Are you working on any new Bash projects? None right now. I have ideas, but none right now because the Bash course that I just released today on YouTube took forever. It's over 7 hours of content. I have ideas, and I got to start writing some code for them, but I might wait until the new year to do that because I'm a little bit burnt out. It was a lot of code to get that Bash course up and running. All right, so here's my plan for this. Cat example, pipe into translate, pipe into part 2, new. There we go. Out, new, star. We get the right answers. Okay, so let's keep making this code faster, faster, faster. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's absolutely the goal. Is the course new material over the shorts? Yes. Nothing that has been released from the course, like the course that dropped today, it's over 7-hour video on YouTube. None of that footage has been seen before. None of that stuff has been in shorts. Now, it's a Bash course, so like there's probably some overlap in stuff I've talked about on shorts, but none of that stuff has been made into shorts yet. You guys just wait till I repurpose that content as shorts. Oh boy, I'm going to be flooding your socials with shorts come next year. Let's make this faster. Okay. This can never be 0. If we have 1 or more lights on, if we have a good path here, we always have to have a path here. If we have a good path here, we simulate the button press, we decrement J. J. Where do we want to do this? We don't even need to do anything because we know it's bad if we get a negative number here. J less than 0 and continue 2. I'm putting some escape hatches here. Jolt less than 0 and continue. Oh, this is after a return, so it doesn't even matter. Because I didn't mean shorts, just the previous shorter videos on Bash. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all new content, so I mean there might be some overlap, but yeah, it should be all new stuff. I kept checking your channel, kept going the premiere. Yeah, dude, the premiere is wild. I don't know why I decided to premiere a 7-hour video. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Here we go. If we have the optimum path and we simulate the button presses and the J is less than the 2, then we continue, no, we continue 3. Oh my God. We're just done. We don't even check it. There's no point in checking it. Will that make it go faster? 118 we have right now. All right, then I have to do this stupid thing. Okay. 118. Let's go ahead and rerun this with the part 2 new, right? This is hard to keep track of. I don't know if that's 177 is the total input. That's pretty amazing. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. Yo, of course, dude. I'm happy to. I just put in some early escape hatches. Who knows if they'll actually make things faster. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's do something stupid here. $25. That is not 25. In the main loop, you're checking for out. It should be dir. I'm in the wrong code. Good call. I'm just straight up in the wrong code. There we go. Okay. Now we're just making some progress. Like, I figured we just uncork it a little bit. I'm sure there were some easy wins there. Create forms in Bash? Not really. Not sure what you mean by forms. Good call. Good call. Yeah, I must be getting tired. Probably have to call it a night. I don't think we're going to get a solution here, but might just let this run. You know what I mean? Straight up might just let this run overnight. We're so close now. I know we're close. Well, it feels like we're close. Some of these things are going to run forever. Yeah, 50 so away, but those 50 day 10 part 6. But those 50 are taking forever. That's the thing. Like that's the thing that's crazy here. Like out new pipe sort dash n. If we scroll up here, like oh, 19 finished. Okay, but when's 24 gonna finish? When's 25 gonna finish? Is that some sort of smart mirror? Yes, it is. It absolutely 100% is. It's a Raspberry Pi with like a TV. I think if you Google like Dave Eddy Magic Mirror or something will come up where I built it. I think I built it like 10 years ago. Yeah, have it pop after 10 seconds. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Like I technically just start killing off bash processes. Does Mac have a PS tree? Oh my god. What's a PID? 86651. Bash shortcut. That's funny. There's no way to like show all the children of it. There you go. Ugh, God. So 24 is just crazy hard. So that's line 25. I guess because it's trying to get to like 167, 161. It's just high up there. Yeah. You got through 32 with some big numbers, though. Oh, yeah. That's true. But that might have had a solution with the naive solution. I don't remember if it did or not. I say naive. The one where everything just kind of worked out. We're dividing by 2 worked out. I don't remember. This is a crazy problem. There might be some edge case infinite bug. I mean, that's a very real possibility. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go grab something to drink. I'm going to grab a water. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Might have to call it a night here. I'm trying to think of ways to optimize this. Like, let's get this last goal. Yo. Appreciate it. We're going to work towards it. We're going to figure this out. I'm going to edit part 2 new. I'm not going to save it because I know it's already running. Let me think. I just don't think this is right. getting more answers. Like if cutting in half didn't work, we go back to the drawing board, and the drawing board is using the optimum pass that we found. But it might also be using every other path too. What just happened here? Okay. $97 is 6. So that'd be line 98. Yeah, that makes sense. One of them is empty. $19. What happened with 19? Okay. 45 away. You should I++ and then return to move to next one. I don't know what that means. Some sleep. Yeah. I'm definitely going to call it. I don't think this is going to run. I think I'll let this run, but like, who knows if it'll actually finish in any sort of meaningful time. I have another way to speed this up slightly to get rid of a lot of the fork exec. Okay, I have an idea. What do we call it? Convert number to button. Find all routes to lights off. Okay. We're going to cache this. This might make it a lot faster. It's going to be a significantly less fork and exec. we 41 away, if this is to be trusted. Yo, Bicep, I'm a big fan. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. Sorry, it's super boring right now. We're kind of wrapping up the, we're getting to the end of the stream because we're not making too much progress here. Not sure how you're understanding again. Oh, the 80 gigs is, no, that's just Mac OS. That's not me. That's not these bash scripts using 80 gigs. That is just Mac OS reserving a bunch of RAM and stuff. Just found your 2048 bash. Oh man, dude, that's awesome. I don't think I've touched that code in a long time. Maybe I have. I don't remember if I pushed some updates to it. That's sick though. That's funny. Nah, I like your videos. You inspire me to use bash. Yo, that's awesome, man, dude. I appreciate hearing that. That's super cool. Okay, so I don't think it's gonna finish any sort of meaningful time. I think we're gonna be out of luck here. It's working, it's doing something, but some of these puzzles I think are just really tough. So it looks like there's 40 left to calculate. We're doing 25 at a time. 25 at a time. Okay, so 25 are being... Oh, hey. 3 more just finished. That's cool. How confident are you in the ones that are solved? Oh, that's a good question. Not confident at all. Absolutely not confident. Somewhat confident, I would say. Yeah, so we're missing 19. 19 seems like it's really hard to calculate. 24 is missing. 27 is missing. 31, 33. Yeah, so we're missing some. Who knows how long it'll take to calculate. Yeah, I'm not confident at all. Hey, 140 though. Was that higher? No, we were there before. Only 37 to go. Hey, you have a question? You just watched Silicon Valley, the show. Oh yeah, I've never seen that show. I've watched like one episode of that show, but I just couldn't get into it. Oh, man. Yeah, we're just sitting here trying to wait for it to finish. Like, I just don't think it's going to happen. So this one's taking a long time. Hey, we got another one. All right. Well, I'm just killing time here. I think I'm going to let this run. I'm going to let it run overnight. I'll stream again sometime in the future, and we will see what answer we get, and we will see if it works. This solution sucks. It takes way too long to run. I wonder if it'd be faster in another language. We could do that. That is most certainly a possibility where we rewrite this to be in Rust and then we backport it to Bash if that ends up working out that way. Because there are probably some optimizations we can make, but we have to just make sure we're getting the right answer first. So I think that's what I'll do here. I will let this run overnight to try and get the answer. Either it works and we get the answer, and that's great. I'll try and submit it on stream and we'll see if it works. Or we don't get the answer. In which case I think that's time to write it in a different language. I'll probably reach for Rust, try to come up with it, see if I can get my solution to work. If it does work and we get the right answer, hey, that's great. Then we will backport it to Bash. I think that's the plan here. But I'm going to call it a night. I'm tired. I'm done streaming. This has been a ton of fun. It's 3:30 in the morning here, so exactly, we're going to Bash port it. You got it. All right, so I'm going to jump off. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. Take care. I will see you guys later. See you guys. Yeah, okay. See you, Ash.